the new Indiana Jones is out, and we were not really high on this leading up to it. There's a lot of black flags or red flags leading up to this. The idea
the review embargo.
Right, exactly.
That usually doesn't scream confidence. So I was kind of surprised that the reviews were so good after that.
Right.
Because usually when you hear review embargo, the game is mostly just not very good.
Right. Kirsha, are you a big Indiana Jones fan?
I mean, I wouldn't say I'm a fan. I think they're pretty all right, but like I don't like go out of my way to watch the stuff or play the stuff.
I think for me, I wanted this game, and I talked about this last week. I wanted this game to be good. I very much did, and apparently, it's done very, very well. So much so that people are giving it 9s, 8s, 9s, and 10s. And like I said, there was a lot of going back to the narrative designer and the game making a game for the modern audience, and everything that was talked about leading up to it, and I told this to Blabs the other day, like, when you get something wrong, you got to be honest about it. And I'm totally fine with eating crow when it comes to a game that is released and actually is done very well. So, but gameplay prior to it did leak online, and it got promptly pulled. We have the wonderful Puerto Rican Pistolero came in. He's in our sphere as well. He said he really enjoyed it. He's impressed with it. One of the things about this game, IGN, by the way, gave it a 9 in their review, which is higher than the standard 7. So that's good.
Yeah, they saved that number for such game classics as Veilguard.
That's true. And by the way, we didn't even get a chance to talk about Time's top games of the year. Maybe we'll do that tomorrow. But because just for the record, they gave Veilguard their number 1 game of the year. Time did.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Amazing.
That is laughable.
But there are points in Indiana Jones and the Great Circle that allow you to relive the iconic opening scene from Raiders of the Lost Ark. Have you seen this footage being passed around?
No.
So check this out. This is obviously the top is the end game. The bottom is the classic movie. It goes shot for shot, back and forth.
That's pretty
between the
impressive.
two. I'm down with it. Sounds cool, And I
that
love
character looooks exactly like the movie counterpart too. Like the Indiana Jones one, you can tell it's a video game character, but the other guy, identical.
Well, and it goes to first person mode, tossing it over there. I love that they did this. And apparently, I saw somebody say this is actually the worst part of the game. I'm like, if this is the worst part of the game, I'm on board with what's going on here. This is great.
Yeah, this is like the tutorial, which is cool.
Perfect. Like, this is exactly what I want.
I want to play it.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to wait for his sale, though, because I've got a bunch of other games I need to play.
Do you notice they limited the blood here on this guy? Here,
of course.
In the movie?
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's just a haircut in the game.
Blabs is saying that this is a game that I need to play.
Yeah, I do think you should, because you said you were a big fan of Indiana Jones, so why not try it out for yourself? Because let's be honest, a lot of reviews and comments and things, nobody actually finished the game yet. So why not just ignore everything else that people are saying, try it out for yourself, unbiased and everything.
Ignore it all. Ignore it all.
I'm just going to wait for the PS5 version.
Well, it is released on Steam right now. And it is, it's growing right now. It has 11,000 people playing it, but you can see it just kind of came out. And this was the early access aspect of it. People got early access to it, and now it's going to be popping up. I think this will probably cap out at 40,000 people,
it's
35.
tough to judge it based on this, though, because it's a Game Pass game. Most people are going to just pay the $5 or whatever it costs now for Game Pass to play it there. I mean, and there'll probably be a lot of churn from that, too.
Right. Well, good for Indiana Jones. Stupid ass name. I still say that. What is it? The Circle of the Great Circle? It's a horrible name.
The Great Circle.
Right. It's a horrible, horrible name. But good for it. I mean, look, if something gets wrong, we have no problem saying we were wrong. And I think you call a spade a spade.
It looks like it was made by people that love the franchise. It reminds me not so much in style of game, but the RoboCop game, like nailing the aesthetic and the feel of the franchise, because that RoboCop game did that perfectly. I don't know if you played that, but it's a fucking great game.
You shoot people in the balls in that game. It's great. I said this over on Access. It sounds like the new Indiana Jones is good. That's amazing to hear. And I think we should definitely talk about that because a lot of people go, you guys don't want indie games to be successful. No, that's the opposite. We want these games to be massively successful, right? We want the video game industry to be extremely healthy. But I said a lot of gamers have been extremely skeptical, including us, to which I think is very fair based off the track record of gaming these days. With that said, it's nice to be proven wrong and eat a little crow. I never doubt or have issues with people being or pausing when it comes to these type of reactions because, it's like once you've been slapped, you're like, oh, okay, don't do it again. Then you get slapped again. You're like, oh, it kind of has that.
You become more cautious each time there's a slapping.
Right. Which means when there's actually a good game, means you appreciate it that much more, Yeah. Gain a little bit of that trust back before they slap your ass back down again.
I guess we've got to apologize to that queerdo non-binary guy that gave it when he talked about modern Indiana Jones for modern audiences.
Yeah. You going to apologize, Flash? Go ahead.
Sorry, Zer.
Yeah. Hey, got it wrong, and that's good for you. Good for you for nailing it. Congratulations.